C3, the final sea in Bloxroot, is also known as the hardest sea. It has many things to obtain and do in C3 and it can be very confusing. That's why hopefully this video can help you guys know what to prioritize and what to obtain from C3. So let's jump into it. When you reach the third sea, you'll realize that it's quite big and open and that it takes time getting to different islands. So obviously you guys will realize when you're grinding through the levels that it takes time getting to each one. But there's a thing that you can shorten down that time with, and it's these things all the way in Castle portals. So you guys might have not seen them, they're kind of tucked away in this corner right here, but these save so much time, guys, traveling to like 2 islands basically. So basically the only 2 islands that the portal have got is Turtle and Hydra. So if I just go through it like this, you'll see me straight away. I'm at Turtle. So basically in Turtle it's like the main hub, so basically it's at the cafe of the third sea basically. So this is where all, as you can see, all the trading happens and basically where all the PvP starts out here. This is where everybody PvP, so it's basically one of the hot spots in Bloxroot. So that's why it's got a portal there, and you can also buy from the Bloxroot dealer. And then the other portal is basically Hydra, and Hydra is just nothing special. It's where you get Toshita and Yama. Obviously I've made them 2 videos recently if you want to know how to get them. Obviously they take place on this island, and also on this island is what is quite useful is that you can PvP also here if you want an official PvP. So you can basically stand on them 2 mats and then go out and PvP outside here. That's what me and my crew do. So them 2 portals are kind of useful, guys, so I'd recommend getting them. So if you want to know how to get them, you have to basically defeat Ripindra. I've said these in many of my other videos before, but I'll explain it again for you guys. Basically the way to defeat Ripindra is you need God's Chalice. And the way of obtaining God's Chalice is, there's, I'm pretty sure, 3 ways. One of them is wishing at the gravestone, which is very rare. If you think you've got a god luck, you can try your luck there. The other one is defeating bosses. So if I specify, basically defeating elite bosses. So basically the way to obtain Yama. So once you do that, you can have a, I don't know what the chance is, maybe like 1 or 2% drop chance of obtaining God's Chalice. So that's one way. It's probably one of the most effective ways. The other one is waiting in a server for 4 hours, and there's a chance of it spawning in a chest. Not a chance, I'm pretty sure it's like 100% after 4 hours. You just have to find which chest it is, which is the difficult part. So they're the ways of obtaining the God's Chalice to spawn in Ripindra, guys. So once you spawn in Ripindra, you're going to obviously have to kill it. So the first form of Ripindra is 425,000 HP. And once you get that pretty much low, he's going to regen at full HP, guys. And once he's at regen at full HP, he's on the 2nd stage. And he basically is at the same HP, 425,000, but he does more damage. So you have to be careful. So you kind of want a lot of people helping you defeat him. And then long behold, once you defeat him, you'll have straight away access to the portals and you'll get some drops. Maybe one of the blades called Dark Blade. Not Dark Blade, the small Dark Blade, Dark Dagger. You'll obviously have a chance of getting that. And the Valkyrie. I think the Valkyrie's 100%. So yeah, guys, I would recommend doing that in 3rd sea because it is very useful, guys. Race V4 is one of the most important things that you can obtain in 3rd sea. This thing is an absolute unit, a massive upgrade that you can get to yourselves. Because basically, once you awaken your race, you get a load of stat buffs. As you can see, I've got nothing in gun, but I'm gaining another 2,000 some like extra points into it. Same with swords, same with everything. So it's absolutely insane, guys. I would highly recommend getting this because another key part that we'll talk about later in the video is PvPing, and that is absolutely insane as well because in fights this thing is a lifesaver. Obviously depending what you want, speed or like trying to not get stun locked, or even tanky like Shark, is absolutely insane. That's why I'd highly recommend getting Race V4 because as you can see, guys, when I tap him with my gun, look at that, 2.2k damage, and I have no points into gun. So it's a massive buff, guys. I'd recommend getting it. If you guys don't know how to get it, then I've made a couple of videos on how to get Cyborg Race and how to get Ghoul Race, the 2 hardest races to obtain. I've made videos on them. It's basically the same way, but if you're not wanting any of them, just follow the exact same steps, but all you have to do is just not get Cyborg or Ghoul. You just do it with your own race and just follow the same steps, guys. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting Race V4. PvPing is very important in Blox Fruits, guys, because it's the main goal, as some people see it. It's because you're grinding all these levels and unlocking all this equipment and all these other swords and fighting styles all for to PvP at the end of the day, because that's what you want to do. You want to try and like use your fruits and stuff and like test them out and fight other people and test your strength. So obviously it's a big part into Blox Fruits, and you should be good at it. You should learn the art of PvPing. So obviously a big thing into PvP in this game is bounty. So bounty works off however much honor or bounty you have will give you extra points, stats, you could call it, into attack and defense. So obviously I'm maxed out right now on 30 million, so I'll be getting the maximum amount of attack and defense I could possibly get when I'm going into fights. So basically I have an advantage, you could call it. So obviously compared if I fight to a 2.5 mil where that's the base, I'll be having a huge buff on top of them when I fight it. It's like very hard to lose. So obviously you guys should try and get your bounty up as much as possible. I'll have it up on screen right now. As you can see, different different bounty has different stats, so you can see there. So obviously once you hit 10 million, that's like a good point, because 10 million is a nice number to look at. You'll unlock also awakening your sea beast. So that's just a cool little like perk that you could like work towards, because summoning your own sea beast is very cool, and it can help you out when you're doing you know, when you're traveling out to sea into the question mark zone and stuff like that. So as you can see, I can just summon my sea beast like that and it'll pop out the water to help me. And obviously another thing that it's good with is in raids, you can spawn it to farm it to get your V4 race up to help you in raids. So yeah guys, you should work towards it. And like I said before, getting race V4 will help you do that much easier, because obviously Leo and all these like beast type fruits are very easy to get bounty with, but if you have V4 on top of it, you shouldn't lose most of the time guys, because it's such a big buff you're getting. So that's what I'd recommend guys. And lastly guys, I'm going to end it off with a progression chart for you, what to work towards basically. So in 3rd Sea, you guys know there's loads of accessories to get, so many stuff you need to get, and obviously this will confuse you. You don't know which one to go for, what's easier, what's hard, but I'll give you a breakdown on what you should work towards. So the first things first, obviously you hit max level. I recommend the first thing you go for is V4. V4 is so important. I still think it's the strongest thing in the game. It's absolutely mental, the awakening, what it gives you, what it can provide. So I'd recommend working towards V4. So obviously I've got a couple of videos on that if you guys want to check that out. So that you could say V4 number 1. The second thing that you should work towards, I reckon, is CDK. This is probably one of the most strongest swords in the game guys. Like, it's so versatile. It's got good moves, AoE moves like that, and it's got good damage as well and good range. So I'd recommend you work towards CDK. Obviously I've recently posted a video on how to get CDK, so make sure you watch that. But if you still don't know how, if you still don't have Yama or Toshita, I've also made videos on them. You can check them out as well guys. So obviously we've got Res V4, we've got CDK second. The third thing I reckon you should get is Soul Guitar guys. I haven't made a video on this unfortunately, but I reckon it's massive. It's absolutely huge, getting out of trouble and trying not to, when your moves are on cooldown, just throwing this massive AoE move and just not being able to get caught guys. It's very good. It's very good. I don't have any points into it, but I always use it guys. It's all really good and it's not too hard to get guys. So if you guys want a video on that, just let me know down below and obviously I can make a video on that. So that's obviously Soul Guitar. So the fourth thing I reckon you should get guys is also Observation Haki V2. So that's a bit harder, but it still is huge guys. Obviously it's not up there, but it's still useful to have, if you get what I mean guys. It's still nice to have. So I recommend once you do all them, get Observation Haki V2. So there are my like 4 things that you should work towards guys. Or also actually one more thing before Observation Haki V2, God Human. Definitely get God Human. You guys might be still using like, I don't even know, in the second sea, maybe Superhuman or maybe the dragon fighting style. They're not good guys. Try and get God Human. So because God Human, still to this day, is probably my favorite fighting style. It's so versatile and I used it so much for PvP as well, trying to get up to 30 mil. Because these, what I'm telling you right now guys, is what I use to get up to 30 million bounty. So yeah, get God Human, guys. Now I haven't got a video on God Human either, but if you guys want it, just let me know down below and I can make an easy step-by-step guide for you guys. So basically, yeah, they're my 5 guys. So we've got V4 number 1, CDK number 2, we'll put God Human number 3, Soul Guitar number 4, and finally Observation Haki V5. They're what I would recommend you should work towards. Obviously, if you want a different sword than CDK, you can also work towards that, but it's your choice, guys. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you found this video useful and helpful, and you might be able to use it, and hopefully it's giving you an idea of what to work towards, guys. Because obviously I didn't have any of this when I was in 3rd C. I was just like roaming around not knowing what to get. I just did it in random orders, but hopefully it's giving you an idea of what to get, guys. So yeah, obviously we're back on with that Bloxroot grind. Now hopefully I can post more videos, guys, because you guys have been begging for Bloxroot. So yeah, we're back on it, and we're almost at 2k subs, guys, so please subscribe and like the video. That's all I ask, guys, and I'll carry on pumping these content out. So yeah, if you want, watch this next video, guys, because it's another banger, and I'll catch you in the next video.